Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another reaction video. It's time again for Rome, Season 1, Episode number 10. I just finished Episode number 9, so I'm watching 2 episodes back to back. You can probably see, if you watched the previous episode, you can probably see from my shirt. You know, this is not the only shirt I have in my clothing collection. I just, I recorded 2 episodes back to back because, I have the time for it, so why not? And I'm really digging this show. Really invested in it by now, so I want to finish it. And at least the first season, then maybe take a little break, do something else, and then go back for season 2. But like I said, it's a great show. I love it, and I think every episode is. I think I've touched upon it in previous reactions as well. I think every episode is a little bit different in case of tone and what happens. They focus on different characters. Episode number 8, for example, was all about Julius Caesar and Cleopatra. Of course, Pullo and Vorenus are the main characters. They were in that as well. But the main storyline was Caesar and how he rescued Cleopatra and, brought her back to power. And then he got in a relationship with her and they had a kid together. But then for the previous episode, episode number 9, they went back to Titus and Pullo. They were the sole focus on that episode. They went back home. War was over, so they were discharged, went back home. They need to find another job. I think they tried their hand at working in the butcher shop that is owned by Niobe's sister. Of course, her husband was doing that as well before he was murdered by Pullo and Octavian. So they tried that a little bit. Vorenus got into an argument with a couple of guys who were beating somebody up. And works out that those 2 guys work for another guy. And I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why. We only see him a couple of times. Probably that's the issue. But he was the guy that Vorenus also had a very short employment with. He went with him to a business deal, maybe primarily as muscle to scare the other guy off. But in the end, he had to break another man's arm. And then he said he had to cut the man's throat, which Vorenus declined, and then he walked away. So that's the same guy that he now has a conflict with. He's a sort of like, I think, mafia, mob kind of guy. He enforces the law, or his law, by violence. He has a group of guys surrounding him. I think he loans out money and people need to pay him back. If they don't, they get beat up and everything. So yeah, this like a mob structure kind of guy. And he came to Vorenus' house asking for an apology. He had to come to the forum and kiss the guy's feet and apologize to him, which of course Vorenus was not going to do. Then he was prepared to meet him up at the house. There were weapons, they stashed weapons all around the house. So they were ready to get into a fight because the guy said, I'm going to go over there and kill you if you don't show up. And all of a sudden Caesar showed up and he offered Vorenus a new position, and he's now a magistrate. And we also saw that Pullo, I think, had some issues with that. I think he's maybe a little jealous or envious, or maybe he's just thinking, I do all the same things that Vorenus does. I tracked down Pompey Magnus as well. I've returned the gold to Caesar. I saved Mark Antony's life from being assassinated. We found the stolen eagle as well. We found Octavian. So, and there's basically no reward for him. Vorenus gets everything. He was promoted from centurion to prefect and now to magistrate. So maybe, I think, they didn't really touch upon it. We saw just Pullo's face and how he reacted to the news that Vorenus became a magistrate. And, he started drinking and, he was struggling with it. So I'm guessing that that's the issue that he has. Maybe something else, I don't know. But, it came across to me as he has some issues with it. So, eager to see if they're going to touch upon that in this episode. But, for the rest, I don't know what's going to happen. That's what I always love about the show as well. Some TV shows, what's going to happen in the next episode. They're going to maybe continue upon stuff that we saw in the previous episode. But you never know with this show. This episode could very well be about some other people that we haven't seen for a while, or maybe Mark Antony focused episode. You never know. One thing in the previous episode as well we need to touch upon, and I think maybe we're going to see some more stuff about that, in this episode is that Servilia, she convinced Octavia to have sex with her brother, Octavian, and to get the secret out, what kind of affliction that Caesar has. She wants to know, she wants to destroy him. She actually said it in the episode, I need to destroy him. So she's very angry still, she's very vengeful, very hellbound on destroying him. We saw in the previous episode that she put a curse on him, also on Attia. So she's very determined to have Caesar destroyed. But yeah, Attia found out that her kids had sex with each other. She was not pleased. I also talked about it in the previous episode, that incest was frowned upon in ancient Rome. It was deemed immoral and was actually illegal as well. So yeah, Attia was not happy. I think she smacked around a little bit Octavia, and she also found out that Servilia was behind it, and then she had Servilia attacked in the street. They killed her servants, and they roughed her up a little bit, and they cut off her hair. So yeah, also eager to see how that is going to play out and what's going to happen next. So I think that's a little recap of the previous episodes. My suggestion is just to dive in and to see what happens in this one. We can do all the predictions that we want, but I don't know. You probably do, because probably when you're watching this kind of reaction, you already saw the show. So you know what's going to happen. I don't. So let's dive in and start the episode. This is Rome, Season 1, Episode number 10. Let's go.
Dear me. I've never seen so many long faces.
It is customary to be sad at a funeral.
Wow. But a public...
Senate is filled up again with people. They appointed a lot of senators.
You of all people shouldn't make jokes about tyranny.
Oh, I'm deadly serious.
Cicero is back as well, together with Brutus.
We have no honor. If we had honor, we would be with Cato and Scipio in the afterlife.
Yeah, those are the two guys that killed themselves in the previous episode. They were still waging war on Caesar. And Cicero and Brutus, they surrendered. Which Brutus was struggling with because he thinks he's a coward now. But yeah, at least he's alive.
The Senate will hear Marcus Tullius Cicero.
Whatever he's going to say, he's struggling with it. So let's see.
I move that Gaius Julius Caesar be made imperator and granted absolute power over Rome for a period of 10 years.
Not a lot of enthusiastic reactions. That was not really a heartfelt applause.
I willingly pledge my loyalty to him, and I urge you all to do the same. The motion proposed by Marcus Tullius Cicero.
A little bit more of an applause now. I think it helps for the senators to see that Brutus is behind him. I don't think he really means it, what he says, but I think it helps.
Support me in this task, and old divisions will be forgotten. Oppose me, and Rome will not forgive you a second time.
He's even making a little threat, Work with me, or otherwise feel the consequences. Yeah, I would have expected some more enthusiastic reactions, maybe from the half of the senators, or the new ones that he appointed. Because, he gave them those positions, so they must support him a little bit more than probably some of the older guys. But if you don't want it, why support it then? I think this is the last person that she expected to see, because we know that Attia was behind the attack. I think she suspected as well.
My poor friend.
This is a little bit awkward, you know. Everybody in that room knows that Attia was behind it. For some reason. She does like nothing happened. And I wonder, you know, if Attia really thinks that nobody knows. You know, she doesn't come across as stupid or anything, but if she really thinks that Servilia doesn't know, then she is a little bit stupid.
If someone ought to have first choice, it should be my dear friend Servilia, who's been through so much pain.
That is very thoughtful of you.
She's gonna do something again to embarrass her.
Well enough.
Well, that's a pity. Are you sure?
I am.
Well, if you change your mind.
I will let you know.
There must be some plan behind it, you know, why she does this. Servilia is, of course, you know, from a powerful family, an old family. But yeah, I don't think Attia needs her for anything, you know. She's the niece of Caesar, who is now the ruler of Rome. Maybe she just likes to toy with that woman. What's she doing? Making an offering or something.
Mother, what are you doing here?
I've come to take you home.
This is my home.
This is not your home.
I'm happy here.
She lived with the nuns or something like that, or some religious group, cutting herself to atone for what she did.
We've missed you terribly. Your mother has missed you. I believe even the servants and animals have missed you.
And you?
Yeah, he probably as well.
And I. I've missed you.
Maybe he doesn't really regret what he did. I think he maybe enjoyed it a little bit.
I beg you, let me stay here.
What have you done?
Yep. Now he sees the wounds. Probably not happy with that.
Fellow citizens! Fellow citizens of the Aventine!
Yeah, you need to raise your voice, man. Otherwise they don't hear you.
I bring you good news. Caesar has put an end to patrician tyranny and will ensure that the common people be heard once more.
It's always funny how they talk, you know, all these positions that they take when they say something. I don't know. I need to look that up, why they do that.
As you are, I've shed blood for Rome. My father shed blood for Rome, as did his father and his father before him. My wife was born here.
Yeah, but you're in this position of power now, so you always have people who will doubt you and don't believe you.
Tomorrow, Caesar holds a triumph, a symbol of his love for the people of Rome.
Cack! Why don't you shut up, you...
Ladylike, Madame, ladylike.
Of feasting and games as appreciation.
That was funny.
I would not be standing here on Caesar's slate if I did not believe, if I did not know that he has only the Republic's best interests at heart.
Yeah, he spoke up a little bit too loud. I'm gonna get rid of him.
A new era begins for all Aventine, for all Rome.
Well, pretty convincing message. I think most of them agreed with it. Man, he's still alive. That's Vercingetorix, I think his name is.
King of all the Gauls.
Yeah, that's him. I thought he'd be dead by now.
Goodbye, old friend.
They're gonna kill him now. Maybe they're gonna execute him in the triumph that they talked about.
Found you at last, you bastard. Me through the whole damned army.
Famous Titus Pullo. To what do we owe this honour, citizen? You come to wish us luck?
Coming to re-enlist?
Well, you can't march with us. You've left the Legion, haven't you? You signed yourself out.
I know, but 13th forever, eh?
It's enlisted men only in the Triumph. You're a civilian.
Civilian?
Yeah, should have stayed in, man.
Haven't I spilled enough blood for the 13th?
Don't be like that. I don't fucking make the rules, do I? I follow them. It's enlisted men only. Don't push it.
Pretty funny, you know, a Roman with a English accent.
I've got better things to do than go drinking with the likes of you.
Well, walk on then, citizen. Walk on.
Yeah, I think Pulo's trying to find some purpose in life. I don't think civilian life really suits him. I think he is a little bit lost. Yeah, re-enlisting is not something that he wants to do as well. So, yeah, he needs to find out what he wants in life.
You're looking much better.
I'm not better, either.
Oh, we must get you out to the country, perhaps. Some fresh air and sunshine would do you good. Just lying abed.
Yeah. Maybe leave the city, you know. Live somewhere else. Where people don't have it out for you. You don't get confronted with Caesar all the time.
Go.
Really set on destroying Caesar, but I think in the process she's destroying herself. No happiness in her life now anymore. Feels like she got nothing to live for, and yeah, maybe a change of scenery would do her good. But I'm suspecting that she's not going to do that. Great, so she did come back home. Or Octavian took her back home against her will. Doesn't seem really happy about it, but yeah, she's back.
What did they do to you?
They did nothing.
It's more about what you did to her. You're still alive as well. Eddie Welsh from Band of Brothers.
There's a beggar at the door who says he is Quintus, a natural son of Pompey. He asks for your son's protection.
Send him away.
I think he's going to need it, the protection.
I'm going to kill that son of a whore tyrant!
I'll get Ajax to deal with him.
Wait.
Oh man. He's like, I can use him. If she's going to assassinate Caesar, because that's what she wants. Man. Yeah, like I said, you know, she's turned from a very happy woman to somebody who lives in very dark emotions. You know, it literally blackened her heart what happened to her. And I can understand it, but you have to move on at some point. I don't think it's brought her nothing but the misfortune. What's that? Blood? They sacrifice a bull. A pretty important position that Octavian now has. You can tell that he's Caesar's prepping him to take over for him. If he only could have known what kind of an emperor Augustus would have been, I think he would be very proud of him. What a sight it must have been, you know, back in those days, the Roman Forum. You know, I've been to it, as it is, how it is now, and that's still impressive, but, you know, it's a lot of ruins and stuff, but just imagine how it would look like back in those days. Crazy. Well, he knows how to make an entrance. The costumes look amazing in the show as well. You know, just look at his robes, his breastplate and everything. Amazing. I wonder what that red face paint means to resemble. think maybe the son or something. I have to look that up as well. Yeah, so it is a public execution. Crazy. Is he alive? For a second I thought he was gonna come back to life for some reason. Maybe they didn't finish the job. Oh man, look at this shot. Crazy. You see why the show costs so much money.
Those citizens that cannot find a proper seating place must leave when ordered by the civic officers.
He's gonna leave his body there? Oh man.
Each and every citizen of Rome will be issued from the public treasury the sum of 100 denarii.
Yeah, that's the fastest way to people's hearts, you know, give them money.
For the coming year, all rents on low dwellings in the city will be paid in full.
How are you going to pay for all that?
I do not see in what way he could possibly please you. What is his purpose?
To kill Caesar.
It looks very ill to keep a son of Pompey in our house.
And we should strike such fine figures otherwise.
Yeah, I'm starting more and more to dislike this this woman. You know, at first I felt sorry for her, that she was dumped by Caesar or anything, but she's taking it too far. Like I said, man, go on with your life, move to another city, go out, live in the countryside or whatever. But you know, she's being consumed by hate now, and it's not. You know, she's making stupid decisions as well. Yeah. Not growing really fond of her as we speak.
In a way, he's a demigod. For one day only. For the rest, he is a mortal man like you and me.
Mortal or not, he's trying to save the Republic.
By corrupting the elections.
Yeah, Vorenus is gonna have a problem with that. He's very a guy full of honor and loyalty and everything.
Well, you can go back to your shop and resume selling mutton and pig. You have dirty hands but a clean conscience.
That's a difficult choice for him, even for Vorenus.
I want to free Irene. Take her off to the country, if you'll lend me some money.
Of course.
And I need you to come with me to the slave registry, to vouch your name for my ownership.
Slow down. Why are you freeing Irene?
Can't marry her otherwise.
Yeah, but he loves her. I don't know if it's vice versa, but there's some connection between them.
And what will you do when you get there?
There's always work for a good man with a sword.
As long as you're sure.
Muscle for hire. Yeah, sounds like him. I don't see Pulo being a farmer or anything.
The call to virtue. The writing is adequate, which is something we should talk about, but the sentiments are full of grace and bravery. Sons of the Republic.
What is this? Who wrote this? His mother?
Who wrote this? You did.
Damn, his name is under it? That must be his mother. Or Quintus who did it.
It is a cogent defense of Republican principles against the forces of tyranny. I am rather proud of it.
You wrote this? In my name?
Oh man. She's making some really stupid decisions.
You have failed the Republic.
Dear gods. Bring me pen and paper. This is bad enough. You keep that little madman Quintus in his house, but this.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous what she's doing.
Why don't you fall on your knees and kiss his feet and beg for mercy? It served you in the past.
But not you. Huh? Perhaps you did not beg hard enough.
Watch out what you say, man.
You might have me killed for this.
Yeah, that could happen. Of course, we know that it won't.
Fallen into the hands of a against you. Direct.
Are they now gonna suggest that she's behind the plot to kill Caesar? That she is what gets it started? That's a bit far-fetched, but...
Any kind of mark will do.
I can write my name as good as the next man.
It would be tragic for Pulo if she doesn't want to marry him. Then he frees her and then she dumps him. That would probably destroy him.
I'm setting you free. You're free. It says so here.
Yeah, she's pretty happy. I think now she wants to go back to her family or her own country.
I love you, sir.
Here. It's a dress. Go try it on. Let's see how it looks.
She asked her to marry you, man, before she runs off. Before she leaves. You'll never see her again.
What do you thank me for, boy?
Freeing her. We have been saving to buy our freedom, but we never... to happen so soon.
Oh, man.
You and her ready?
We had thought to take the Vorenus name as ours.
Did they are in a relationship together?
Why?
A legal wife, I mean. We are already married in our hearts.
Irene.
You gonna kill him now? Yep. I was making a joke about it, you know, that she doesn't want to marry him, but clearly not what she wants. I think he totally misread all the signs.
She's still yours to use as you wish.
I love her.
This is how you prove it. This is no charnel house to kill people as you want. This is my home. My home!
Yeah, pretty stupid decision, Pulo. Yeah, you know, he always acts on his emotions.
Probably I'm a fool. Never was a clever one like you. Never demoted you. Never flogged. Never locked up. Straight to the top.
Now always frustrations come out. Like I said in the intro.
You said Caesar was a rebel and a traitor. And now today he tosses you some coin and some farmland and he's savior of the Republic. And you're kissing his royal ass.
Pulo gets nothing in return.
Stand up!
I'll not fight you. And go.
Go and do not come back here.
Oh man, is this the end of their friendship? Sure hope not. They were a great team together.
Right. Sorry.
Man, at the start of the episode, I did not think that it was going to happen.
I wonder who it was that wrote it.
I wish I knew.
You know.
Someone of talent.
I think Caesar knows as well. He has his suspicions.
I have never doubted your friendship or fidelity. Even when we were enemies.
Yeah, for the love of God, I can't really understand where we are now, that why Brutus goes along with killing him. But I think, yeah, they're trying to paint a picture of what Caesar said. Of course, he says, "Et tu, Brut," you too, Brutus. You know, he felt really betrayed by Brutus, that he was in on the assassination. So they are now establishing their bond together and how that is going to betray Caesar. Those people from Gaul honoring their leader, cremating him. Yeah, a lot of people from different backgrounds live in Rome, of course, and since they've conquered Gaul, it's now part of the Roman Empire, so people can, I think, go anywhere they want inside the empire. So makes sense. A few of them are there.
Titus Pulo. You look tired, my friend.
I'm drunk.
These are hard times for war veterans.
Oh, it's gonna work for that guy. Sure hope not.
I'm a soldier, not a murderer.
These days, Polo, is there really any difference?
Yeah, you're not a soldier anymore. He could go back in the army, but he doesn't really want to do that. So I don't think he has a choice. He needs to have some money, of course. So that was episode number 10 of season 1 of Rome, and like I always say at the end of these episodes, great episode. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. We really got a lot of stuff that planting seeds going forward. We saw Caesar being named. I forgot the name. I think I have it here. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, Prefectus Moribus, which is, if you translate it, is called the Prefect of Morals. And it was historically associated with the censorial power to revise the Senate rolls. So that meaning that you could change the people that were in the Senate. He was also granted power over war and peace, which is a power traditionally also held by another office. And, he was now, these powers were now attached to him personally. So, he was given those powers, I think, for the length of 10 years. Later on, he's going to declare himself dictator for life, which is going to set off a lot of people. A lot of people think that he is a dictator, which he basically declares that he is, of course. That's what's going to lead to his assassination, and also a couple of decisions that he made. I can look it up. We can maybe dive into that a little bit. We're not there yet in the episodes, of course, but okay. Attempts in January of 44 BC to call Caesar Rex, with literal translation is king. It was a title associated with arbitrary oppression against citizens. This appointment was shut down by 2 tribunes before a supportive crowd. Caesar claimed that the 2 tribunes infringed on his honor. He had them deposed from office and ejected from the Senate, and that incident both undermined Caesar's original arguments for pursuing the civil war and angered a public which still revered the tribunes as protectors of popular freedom. So, he makes a bunch of decisions that is going to set off or change the perspective that people have on him. We're now in a situation that people really, they love what he's doing. He's showering them with money. He's giving away money to everybody. He's granting people some lands. He also increased the Senate from 600 to 900 people. So, you don't get the sense of that from this show, because we never ever seen 600 guys in that room. But there were eventually 900 senators. He was granting positions to people that favored him, who supported him. He needed to reward them for their loyalty and everything. So, but there's going to be a series of decisions. We're probably going to see that in the show as well, leading up to his assassination. That the public perspective is going to change on him. So we've got only 2 episodes left in this season, and I think probably we're going to see his assassination in this season. So maybe next episode, maybe the next after, in the final episode, that would be, of course, the most logical point. Big events like that they normally do, like in the in season finales. So, but we can see now. He's been granted this position. I don't think he was joking or anything. It seems like the power is getting to his head a little bit. He basically refers to himself as a god or demigod. And I think even Mark Antony was like, what's going on here? He's walking, he's thinking too much of himself. And, that's also going to lead, of course, to his downfall. And, we're going to have to go away to see how that plays out. But, that is the Senate part. I think most of the episode was once more about all the other characters. We saw Octavia. She was living with some kind of priest. And Octavian brought her back home. She was very reluctant to go home, but she did. She absolutely hates her mother, I think. She doesn't want to live there. But she's in the point of her life now. You got to feel sorry for her. She's got nothing to do in her life but to live and serve her mother, which she hates, who killed her husband. So, kind of feeling for her. Also touched upon it in the episode. Sevilla, she's getting on my nerves. I said it during the reaction a couple of times. She's taking it too far. She was dumped by Caesar, which, if you look at the grand scheme of things, I don't think he had another choice because he needed the support from his wife's family at that point. The graffiti really hurt him bad, made him look bad. So he had no other choice than to dump her. I don't think he did it out of malice. I think he actually had some feelings for her, but he didn't really have a choice but to do so. But ever since that happened, she's been on the path of destruction. She wants to destroy Caesar. She wants to have him murdered. She wants to destroy every trace of him. And like I said, in the process, she's destroying herself. She's become a very vindictive woman, very negative. There's a lot of negative emotions in her. There's zero happiness. She doesn't smile. She doesn't laugh. Everything she does is, in the end, to support her goal, which is the destruction of Caesar. And at some point, I think you have to say, man, what that guy did was horrible. It was bad, but it's destroying myself. I need to move away from the situation. Her son also said, Mom, we have to get you out of the city. Maybe go live somewhere else. And I personally would think that would do her good, but I think at this point she doesn't even care if she goes down herself as well, just as long as Caesar does. That's the kind of mindset that she's in right now. And at some point I really felt bad for her because she was played by Attia. She was dumped by Caesar, so I felt bad for her. But she's taking it too far. She's becoming obsessed, and the things that she's doing now, it's just crazy. Writing a pamphlet, going after Caesar and then writing her son's name under it. That's crazy. You don't do that. He's a senator. It's gonna look bad on him. Maybe even get him killed, which we know is not going to happen. But it's something that, from her perspective, could well have been the case. He was not happy with it at all. I think he made his peace with the fact that he's serving Caesar. He doesn't really like it. I think he's still opposed to the idea of Caesar, the power that Caesar has. But I think, like I said, he's come to accept it. He lost the war, he lost the fight, and he has to serve Caesar. And maybe his mindset is, I need to live to fight another day. Caesar's not going to be around forever. He's older than me. Maybe when he's gone, we can make some changes then. But his mother is on a path of destruction, and she's not really a nice character to look at, or to do. Everything she just rubs the wrong way with me. So I don't know. But for the rest, tragic episode as well for Vorenus and Pulo, our main characters, of course. Their friendship was really the heart of the first couple of episodes during the season, and their friendship has always been very cool to look at. They were a really good team together, and like I said in the intro, you could see some cracks starting to show. I was right in the end. He was feeling a little bit resentful, Pulo, that Vorenus is getting bestowed all these honors. He was, like he said in the episode, you were very opposed of Caesar. You think he was a dictator, he was a tyrant and everything. But along the way, even though you think that, you get honor after honor, and you get showered in money and get positions and everything, and he gets nothing. And I said it a couple of times, Pulo has done everything that Vorenus had, but he gets none of the rewards. So I get where he's coming from. Then he wanted to marry the slave girl, and he just doesn't think before he acts. He does everything. He's very impulsive. He just goes over, frees her, loans money from Vorenus, frees the girl. Then he goes back and he finds out that she's in love with another guy. So maybe before he freed her, maybe he should have asked, "Do you want to marry me?" But he doesn't think about stuff like that. He just thinks from his heart, and he does what his heart tells him to do. And he just went over there, and he found out the guy came over to him and thanked him and killed him in a bit of rage. Actually, he smacked his face against a pillar in Vorenus' home, which is crazy, of course. The disrespect is crazy. And Vorenus was not happy, and he kicked him out. So it looks like for now it's the end of the friendship. I can't imagine that they're not going to hook up later again, because, like I said, you know, their relationship is the heart and soul of this this series, basically. So yeah, it would be really sad to see if they didn't reconcile, don't become friends again. But yeah, for now, you know, I can understand Vorenus kicking him out. He actually killed the guy in front of his kids. At least they saw the dead body on the floor. But yeah, Pulo needs to get himself together and you know, start maybe to think a little bit before he acts. And you know, I understand that he's upset. You know, he really wanted to marry that girl. He loves her. At least he thinks he does. And then hears that she's in a relationship with another dude, another slave. You know, that really pissed him off. But you can see that he, you know, he lives in his own world. You know, the fact that he maybe had another affair going on, it didn't even cross his mind. He didn't see it. He lives there in the same house as her, but he didn't even catch a glimpse of it or anything. He doesn't pay attention to stuff like that. So yeah, he's now kicked out, and he was approached by the mob guy to come and work for him. Will he do that? I don't know. He doesn't have a whole lot of choices. Of course, he needs to make some money. He needs food. He needs to drink. He needs a roof over his head. So maybe I'm fearing that he's going to be pushed in that direction, and he's going to work for that guy, which is going to bring food on the table, but it's going to be a life of violence and murder and yeah, not lots of pleasant stuff. So yeah, eager to see what's going to happen to him. And I think he's at his lowest point right now in his life. You know, he's, like I said in the episode, he's feeling, you know, a bit down. He doesn't have any purpose in life. You know, he's out of the army. Does want to go back. He could, but you know, he's never been anything. He's never amounted to anything in the army as well. You know, he's been demoted. He's been imprisoned. So he could have had a big career as well. Maybe he could even be a centurion by now. But you know, he just keeps messing it up for the same reason he messed up everything with the girl. So yeah, he needs to get his act together. I think he needs to overthink a little bit what he wants in life and how he's gonna go after that. So yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to. Did I miss anything? I don't really think so. You know, if I missed anything, drop it in the comments. Also, tell me what you thought of this episode, of course, and maybe thoughts that I missed, stuff we need to talk about. You know, I like to engage in conversation in the comments about the show, about Roman history as well. So yeah, if we do that, that will be pretty awesome. So also, if you haven't done so, if you like my reactions, you know, I've got tons of other reactions on my channel. A couple of them are in the description of this video. You know, please check them out. Maybe you feel like I've earned it, and even click on that subscribe button. That would be really cool as well. So yeah, for now, I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope you will join me on again for the next one.